Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing some leek and potato soup. I was supposed to do this at lunchtime, but I got a bit waylaid. Obviously this time of year soups are very popular. A lot of people like soups. Leek and potato is one of my favourites. I hope everyone likes it. Literally nice and simple, just leeks and potatoes, and I'm going to put a vegetable stock cube in the water just to give it a bit of depth in flavour. Again, as I said in one of my previous videos, it's nothing fancy. It's supposed to be quick and easy food for busy normal people. You can chuck all sorts of different stuffs in it if you want, but we are literally just going to do leek and potato. So I've actually prepped some of the stuff already because just to save time on the video. So for this one I'm using, I got 3 leeks, so it's about 700 grams of leeks. You want to cut, when you cut the leeks, you want to cut them, top and tail them, cut them lengthways, and then sort of slice them into sort of big chunks like this, because it's all going to be blended up anyway, so you want not too fussy on the size. Always wash them, because sometimes the outer layers of the leeks can have a lot of dirt inside. The same with the potatoes as well. Peel your potatoes, quarter them. I've done about half and half, so say about 600-700 grams of potatoes as well. I don't really measure stuff, I just sort of go with it and see what it tastes like at the end, to be honest. But yeah, probably about 700 grams of leeks, 700 grams of potatoes. So you want to make sure you wash them first after you've chopped them. And you wash the potatoes because you want to get rid of all the starch on the outside. You might find that the potatoes have that white sort of powdery sort of thick stuff on them sometimes. You just want to wash that off. All it is starch coming out of the potato. So give these leeks a bit of a wash. Nothing too major, just so they're nice and clean. Whilst they're draining off, I'll do the same with the potatoes. Again, similar with the rice, obviously with it being carbohydrates, you get a lot of, the water should be white, so you want to try and give them a couple of rinses, so the water is nice and clear. They're all nice and washed. So, literally just going to chuck it all in. It's going to be quite a lot of soup. You don't have to do this much soup, but soups do freeze really well. I usually put them in the little Tupperware plastic containers. You get them in the pound shop, or if you've ordered a takeaway, keep all the pots with the lids. You can freeze them up to, I would say, 4 weeks. You can leave them in there longer, but what you got to go careful with is things can get freezer burn. And it sounds silly for those of you that don't know, but freezer burn is where it's actually burnt from the cold, believe it or not. It's when you can see stuff in the freezer that's got all the ice crystals on it. You can see it on ice cream, and if you've frozen things like chili and bolognese before, you have that sort of layer of ice sort of and these small little crystals on the top. It's pretty much no good once it gets to that stage. So when you do freeze stuff, you want to make sure it's got a nice tight lid on it as well. But yeah, anything home cooked, really 4 weeks is ideal time. Anything after that, it can have risk of the freezer burn. So I'm just going to fill this one up. Actually no, I did cheat, I boiled the kettle first, so I'm going to chuck a stock cube in here as well, because I made a leek and potato soup last week and it was nice, but it didn't have a lot of depth in flavour. And what I mean by that is I could taste the leek and potato, but it didn't really have a lot of flavour behind the initial sort of taste. That's sort of how I would describe the depth in flavour. You want the leek and potato flavour to go sort of right through the spoonful. I wouldn't put, you want to just about cover it. Some people might do it differently. They might boil the potatoes first and then chuck the leeks in towards the end, but in my opinion, the longer it's all in there together, the more flavour you're going to get in there, and all the flavour is in this water. We'll just go with that for now. We'll just get that on. Now, most soups are blended up. You can do tomato soup, mushroom soup, vegetable soup. I usually puree them, like I said, with a stick blender. It's just so much easier. You can leave them and thicken it with corn flour, tomato paste, and then chuck. If you say you're doing a vegetable soup, you can thicken it up with a bit of corn flour or vegetarian gravy granules or something like that, and just chuck, sort of like, you can roughly chop vegetables, carrots, swede, and you can steam them or boil them till they're al dente, so they're not fully cooked, but they've got a little bit of a bite to them, and then just chuck them in the soup right at the end if you like a bit of texture with your soup. But again, it's everyone's preference really. There's no right or wrong way. But yeah, basically, like I said, they can keep well in the freezer, and yeah, we tend to do this one because my wife likes it. She's not too keen on soups, but this is the only one she really likes. I'm open to requests to do other soups. I can do them on a bit of a smaller scale. This one possibly might make, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 portions or so, but it's so cheap. I think the leeks and the potatoes themselves cost maybe, it's probably about £1.50 to £2 worth of ingredients in that pot. So it's cheap as anything, and it's healthy. You know, nice fresh soup. You don't want to be buying those tins of soups, or sorry, not tins of soups, the fresh pots of soup. I don't know how much they cost, never bought one before, but when you can make them like this, you can take it into the office in your own container. So much cheaper, save you money in the long run. With regards to stock cubes, you can use branded ones or the cheap ones, but to be honest, unless you're making your own stock anyway, whether it's vegetable stock, beef stock, chicken stock, unless you're making your own fresh stock with fresh vegetables, fresh meat bones, and you're boiling it for hours and hours and hours, you know, they're all going to be the same otherwise, because they're all generic, made in factories and things. So same with gravies. I was looking up earlier on, you got the branded gravies and the cheap gravies, and I was on one particular supermarket's website this afternoon, and one of them, for the branded gravy, it actually had 4 different types of E numbers in, and it was supposed to be chicken gravy, but I think it said suitable for vegetarians, which was a bit strange. But the actual cheaper one, although it was slightly higher in the salt content, on the ingredients list it said it was 85% chicken stock, and it had all the ingredients that was in the chicken stock: the celery, onions, carrots, chicken bones. So the cheaper one, it was half the price, and it was it was half the price because it was the same price but for double the quantity. So yeah, the cheaper one, albeit a bit salty, but that's probably because it was made with fresh chicken stock, it was actually more of an authentic gravy. So I always, again, maybe it's because I used to be a chef, I always check on the back of things, you know, the ingredients, is, you know, going off of food onto like cleaning products and washing tablets and things. My wife's, I call her a bit of a sheep, bless her. She looks at it, I'm only buying that because it's this brand, is that brand, I don't want to buy the cheap one. I said, you look on the back of it, it's 99% of it is all the same stuff. So you'll save yourself a lot of money in the long run. I've got a list of stuff which I'll post onto Facebook later on about the cost of ingredients and different things. It's like, for example, I'll just quickly run through it, but like, you got chopped tomatoes, a branded one for a 400 gram tin, 60p. You know, 60p, not a lot of money, but you go for the cheapest brand at this particular supermarket and it's 28p. Look on the back, it's exactly the same. Tomatoes, tomato juice, and it's got citric acid, which is the regulator for the acidity levels to stop it from going off and spoiling in the can. And I actually worked out, if you use 2 tins of chopped tomatoes a week, every week, for 52 weeks of the year, if you buy the cheaper one, which is exactly the same, you'll save yourself 33 quid a year on chopped tomatoes alone. So I won't go much into anything else, because I'll put it all up on Facebook. But if there's anything you guys need advice on, or if there's anything you want me to look into, I can happily do that when I got a bit of spare time. And yeah, again, this page is just set up for anyone needs advice. I'm very strong with, like I said in my last video, it's not taught enough. It's everything shoved in your face, junk food, all these McDonald's, Burger King, other fast food outlets that are available out there. It's in our faces, in our kids' faces all the time. And things aren't easy with cash at the moment for a lot of people as well. And things like healthy foods, it is more expensive. But if you do things at home and buy in bulk and prepare in bulk and things like that, you will save yourself so much money. And I just want to get this out there to people that you can eat decent food. I mean, I'm not on a strict diet. Family's not on a strict diet. We have a fair bit of sugar, we have a fair bit of fats, but we have a bit of a balance of everything. There's no point going through life unless you're weight training or you're watching your figure and stuff like that. Then yeah, you will need to stick to some sort of diet. But just a normal balanced diet, fruit, vegetables, meat. I do eat a little bit of vegetarian food. I'm not especially, because the kids won't particularly eat it. But you can have a nice balanced diet at a nice reasonable cost. You can eat. Me and the wife and the kids, we eat fresh food nearly every day. It's so easy to do. Again, as you'll see from these videos, and I just want to try and get this out there, get more people cooking fresh, more normal working people, hectic lives, got families, kids, got other responsibilities. Just want people to realise how easy it is to do, and I just want more people eating decent food and not resorting to these. I mean, you can have these takeaways and everything now and again, we all do it, but just eat more fresh food and just get cooking, get confident in the kitchen. Touch your food, smell your food, get used to what it's like, what it's supposed to feel like, what it's supposed to smell like, and what it's supposed to taste like. Start getting confident in the kitchen, and that's half the battle. A lot of people are scared. Don't be scared. If you mess up, you mess up. We all do it. Professionals do it. There's been times where we've done something, we've left something on the stove too long, it's burnt. You've had to chuck it away and chuck cheese on toast in under the grill. But just don't be scared. Just don't be scared. We all make mistakes. We're all human. We're all normal people. And that's basically just the aim of it. And just again, not very good talking to the camera, but I'm trying my best. Even though I said to the kids about it last night, they said you're in the kitchen on your own talking to your phone, but it is what it is. So I'm hoping to put up more videos. I'm gonna do a cottage pie after for tea tonight, so I'll put another video up after as well. But what I'll probably do is I'm gonna pause this video, wait till this is nearly done, and I'll connect the video back up. But yeah, I hope you all like these videos, and I know the one I put up yesterday is a few people said they were going to try it. But yeah, if you can all just share the YouTube channel, share the videos, give me any feedback on the recipes. If there's anything you want me to do or anything you think I should do or you'd like to see, just give me negative, positive feedback as much as possible if you can. Again, like I said, nothing I do it's not going to be perfect. Some people look at it and think, "What are you doing that for? That's wrong. This is right. That's wrong." But this is just how I do it. Always have half decent food. You obviously put your own twists on things. These are just mainly guides and small little recipes just to get people an idea of how easy it is, basically. So I'm going to sign off this video for a minute, and I'll reconnect it when this soup is nearly done. Right, thanks guys. See you in a sec. I think that's resuming. Yep. Welcome back, guys. I obviously paused the video because there was nothing else to do. So this has been boiling for about 20 minutes. Let's just a quick show you. It's all just boiling away. Those potatoes are nice and soft in there now, so I am gonna blend it, liquidize it, puree it, whatever your terminology is. I have seasoned it with salt and pepper as well. But the key with seasoning is add a little bit, don't add too much because you can't take it away and it'll mess up the flavour, but you can always add more if you think you need it. Everyone's levels of seasoning are different. So yeah, it all depends on your tastes really. So yeah, just get a nice little stick blender, a few quid, nothing fancy. You want to go careful when you're blending not to have it too close to the surface, because you'll get a lot of splashback and you could burn yourself with the hot liquid. Pause it again because it's taken a little while. Right, back again guys. Now it's all pureed, so yeah, just a normal stick blender. You want to puree it until all the potato and the leek are obviously all mixed up properly. Boiling wise, you want to bring it to a simmer and a boil for 15-20 minutes, 25 minutes, however long it takes for the potatoes to get cooked basically. Obviously depending on the size of the potatoes. If you cut them up smaller, they will take less time to boil. The bigger they are, obviously the longer they'll take. So like I said, I have seasoned it. I'm going to give it a taste now. So let's see if I've got the ratio of leeks to potatoes. Right. Yeah, I think that's about right. I can taste potato, I can taste leek. Nice, try and not get steam on the camera. Nice light greeny sort of colour there. It's a massive saucepan of soup. Right, I think it needs a bit more salt and pepper. Cracked black pepper. Always find it best with pepper to use peppercorns and obviously grind it yourself. You get pepper tends to get a nice fresh taste to it. Same with the salt. I use sea salt. Get a nice sea salt grinder. Grind that salt down. You might find you need quite a bit of salt to sort of go through the body of the soup. But yeah, this is how easy it is. Literally, you can even prep it all the day before. You can peel the potatoes, chop them up. You can, with potatoes, you can leave them in water overnight on the stove in a saucepan or whatever, or in a bowl. As long as they're in water, otherwise they'll go brown. It's the oxygen that causes them to go brown. So yeah, as long as they're covered in water, they're fine. But you know, you could do it on a weekend, on a Saturday or a Sunday. Literally takes, well, start to finish is less than an hour by the time you've prepped everything up and you've boiled it and pureed it. Obviously the bit now, we got to try and let it cool down, and me and the wife have some for lunch tomorrow, and we'll just put the rest in the freezer. I find with stuff like this, I find with bologneses, lasagnas, chilies, curries, I find a lot of it tastes better the day after, once it's been reheated. Don't know why, I just think it does sometimes. But a lot of the stuff I'll try and do, most of it you can do the day before. I like prep stuff the day before, and you can freeze a lot of it. So we've all been there where you've had a doctor's appointment after work or parents' evening and stuff, and you get home at 6-7 o'clock or whatever, and you think, oh, we've got nothing to eat, and you just want to chuck something out the freezer. But if you've got food prepped up, already made in the freezer, like cottage pies or whatever you got, you can literally just get out the fridge the day before and use the microwave. A lot of chefs look down on microwaves. I like to refer to them as Chef Mike, because it comes in handy. Reality is probably everyone has one in their kitchen. Don't be ashamed to use it. If you say you microwave something, we're all normal people living busy lives. and there's obviously a market for it, otherwise they never would have bloody made one. So, but yeah, so this soup, like I said, nice colour on it. And just give it a nice stir for the last couple of minutes, and I'll give it another taste and see where I go with the flavour. So I've got a different spoon now. I chucked the other one in the sink. No, I think that's about right. So I can taste everything in there. That stock cube gave it a bit of depth in the flavour. You can chuck a bit of, people chuck butter or a bit of cream in the soups. So you have cream of leek and potato, and butter sort of does the same as the cream. It can enrich it. Dairy products like that can enrich sauces and soups and things right at the end of the dish, at the end of the cooking process. I don't bother with that. It's, you know, restaurants, pubs and things, yeah, you would, but unless you want to do something fancy, you don't need to bother with it. I think that's fine. You know, again, you can add your own bits to it if you like, but that is literally just leek, potato, salt, pepper and a stock cube. Nice and simple, easy to do. So yeah, that's that one. I'm going to get this one all cooled down and put away, and I'm going to start on my next video, which is going to be a cottage pie. So thanks all for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and try and get your friends, family to check the page out. I'm going to try and create a page on Facebook as well and share my videos to that. I will also put the quantities and the cost online as well, and possibly I might start doing the methods as well when I get a little bit more time. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next set. Cheers, bye.